What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Tall Podcast. This is live number 2 because we got breaking news when I was about 3 minutes in. Y'all were yelling at me in the chat. That's why I love y'all. Y'all know y'all football. Y'all know what's going on, and I love hearing from you, whether it's live or recorded, comments or live chat. Shout out to Notification Gang again. Grind Time, Eagles for Life, Boogie, Manny, Anthony, Noah. Listen, we got a lot to talk about, and it starts with the NFL hating us, but they do give us a present. Isaiah Rodgers is officially back, but don't hear from me. He's already put out a video on a Ring camera. That's how excited he is to be back as an Eagle, and he's already wearing Eagles gear. The dude's been rocking Eagles gear more than some of the people who's already been officially reinstated. Real quick before we get to it, shout out to my guy Gring Wingman with the $5 super chat. With Rodgers officially reinstated, do you feel the Eagles may reconsidering drafting a cornerback in the first round? It all could be in for play. Everything is in for play, whether it's offensive line, cornerback, defensive line. There's so many avenues the Eagles can go. I will think this will make them guess if top-notch corner, top-notch offensive line. I don't know. I do know this. The Eagles probably knew some stuff before we did. Isaiah Rodgers, when the other 5 guys got reinstated, Isaiah Rodgers put out a comeback video. I was upset that he wasn't one of the 5 reinstated, but somebody must have leaked something because you don't see 5 other guys get reinstated for something you did wrong and put out a comeback video. He must have knew something that we ain't know, and he's officially reinstated. I will say this, though. Daniel Jeremiah said today that the Eagles have been one of the top teams at doing their due diligence on the cornerback position, especially early corners. So I don't know. I hear you. This definitely could impact the draft, which we're going to talk about in this video. There's so much we got to get to, including the news. Real quick, let's hear from Ian Rappaport. The NFL reinstates today Eagles cornerback Isaiah Rodgers, who was suspended for the 2023 season for violating the NFL gambling policy. He may participate in all team activities effective immediately. And look what our guy's doing. Our guy's out here living his best life, rocking Eagles jersey. He don't care at all. He's ready. Look at this real quick. Let's take a look at this. So he's pulling up to his own Ring camera, rocking Eagles gear, and he quote tweeted it over Adam Schefter saying that he's officially back. Listen.
I'm back.
My guy walks up to his Ring camera or whatever type of camera it is and says simply,
I'm back.
I'll take it. Again, we seen him working out in Eagles gear. He's coming home in Eagles gear.
I'm back.
He's officially back, and I'm here for it. He's officially back, and I'm here for it for the simple fact that, yeah, now it could possibly change what the Eagles are going to do via the draft, and I don't think it should because we don't know how good he's going to be at the CB2, right? Now you got Keely Ringo, James Bradbury, and Isaiah Rodgers competing for cornerback 2. Isaiah Rodgers can also compete for that slot position because he did play slot in college, didn't do it much in Indianapolis due to the fact that they got a guy in Kenny Moore who can only, I repeat, only play the slot. So you got a guy who can only play the slot, and you got a guy who can play the slot and outside. You're going to use him at an outside corner a lot more. But at the end of the day, he's officially back. You heard it from him himself. And that's not the only thing we're going to talk about on today's show, because this had me a little upset too, for the simple fact that Ian Rappaport said from the NFL, the league's review into the Falcons and Eagles' potential tampering is ongoing and will not conclude this week, which means if there are draft picks involved, sounds like it will be next year's draft picks, not 2024, 2025. But if you haven't found anything to convict the Eagles for tampering with Saquon Barkley from March 13th, all the way until April 20, what, 23rd, 20, today's the 23rd. And by the draft, it will be the 25th. If you ain't find any convicting evidence that we tampered for Saquon, because we didn't, let it go. Why are you trying to drag it to 2025? We ain't do nothing. But I will say thank you, NFL, for reinstating Isaiah Rodgers, who now makes this draft a little trickier, a little smoother. If you don't get a corner round one, say you get Max Melton out of Rutgers at 50. I like him. Is he Terrion Arnold? Is he Quinyon Mitchell? Not necessarily in college, but just because you're drafted in the second round don't mean you can't be better than the first round guys. We've seen it time and time again. And I like his game, the physicality, the way he plays. He loves the jump routes. I think we're going to need a guy who can play off coverage because Vic Fangio will use our guys off coverage a little bit. But man, just seeing our guy come back and simply say that he's back, that feels good. I mean, it has to feel good because we were all low-key worried that he wasn't going to be able to come back. We were all low-key worried he wasn't going to be able to come back. And in his heart of hearts, he knew it. I mean, how do you pull up from being outside that confident? My man quote tweeted Adam Schefter's tweet a couple minutes after pulling back to the crib. This dude wants to be an Eagle. Like, not only is he happy he's back playing football, like, did you see the white helmets in all my videos when he's working out? He wants to be an Eagle. Like, really wants to be an Eagle. And I think we all are happy that he is an Eagle, for sure. I still think corner is important. You got two 30-year-olds. Now, maybe Keely Ringo can show you that not only is he CB2, but he could be a future CB1. Maybe Isaiah Rodgers can be a future CB2. Maybe Eli Ricks. Maybe Bradbury steps up for at least this year, which that's what we're most worried about. I still think it's been 20 plus years since the Eagles drafted a corner in the first round. Lito Shepherd. What did he do for the team? Big success on defense. So I think it's still got to be a possibility, although you went ahead and got Isaiah Rodgers back. As again, for the people coming in asking about the investigation, it's ongoing still. They had a month. It's ridiculous. We're going to get to the mock draft in a little bit. I do want to pull up this one thing real quick. Hold on, let me find it on my Twitter. I thought it was interesting, and I talked about it in the first live stream before it got disconnected due to the fact that y'all were blowing me up. Da-na-na, na-na-na, Isaiah Rodgers here, Isaiah Rodgers there, and rightfully so. John Clark, little snippet with Howie Roseman, and I love hearing this, to be honest. I absolutely love hearing that the Philadelphia Eagles do not, like, they're looking at all avenues. Their scouts, their coaches, Kellen Moore, Nick Sirianni, Howie Roseman, but also the players on the roster. The players on the roster have a little bit to say, or at least can at least share their input on who they think the Eagles should target in the draft. And I think that is exciting as a whole, for the simple fact that last time we had a guy talk about a guy and Jason Kelsey talking about good old Cam Jurgens, what happened? He came in, sat behind him, then played right guard, over 700 snaps with 0 penalties. That's hard to do. And again, listen, Thursday at 7 p.m. on NBC, they'll be doing the draft. But guess what? You can go listen to the exclusive with Howie Roseman before the draft starts, but come over here because it will be Gate City, Philly Fresh, and Laura Brunson and Philly Mike all on together. But listen what is said via this little interview.
You mentioned Jason Kelsey looked at some guys like Cam Jurgens. Do you have players on this team right now that are coming to you with tapes of guys or telling you, I like this guy?
Yeah, I think it's just it's like I opened this door and now all of a sudden, everyone wants to scout. But you know what? I love that our players are interested in the evaluation process.
You mentioned.
So there you go. He said he feels like he opened the door with Jason Kelsey's evaluation on Cam Jurgens. They jumped on it, and it's been a success. Who knows? Maybe you got Devontae Smith walking up to Howie Roseman like, yo, bro, go get Terrion Arnold, not just because he's from Alabama. He's the last product of a Nick Saban defense, and trust me, I know good cornerback play. I wouldn't want to line up in front of him, although Smitty can cook a lot of people. Hey, maybe Jalen's offering, or Lane Johnson, or A.J. Brown, or Big Play Slay, or anybody, but it's good. And I don't need Howie just to listen to a player, because just because Jason Kelsey hit it out the park with Cam Jurgens don't mean another person will. But I think game recognizes game, and you can never have too much input. As long as the decision makers are the decision makers, I want to hear from my players. I want to hear from my scouts. I want to hear from my coaches. I want to hear from everybody. Shoot, I love it. I do love the fact that John Clark straight up asked Howie Roseman about players being involved, and he said, yeah, that's how we do over here. That's how we do over here. Shout out, I think I missed I didn't miss it. Shout out to everybody who's came back. Like I said, the draft could be affected due to the Isaiah Rodgers reinstatement, but if you can get a top flight corner, which the Eagles did their due diligence on, and like I said, Isaiah Rodgers put out a comeback video the day after the 5 other players got reinstated. 5 players got reinstated. He wasn't one of them. He put out a comeback video because he knew something. So if he knew something, I think the Eagles did. And they still did their due diligence. They were one of the top teams in the NFL and asking and inquiring about cornerbacks all through this draft, all levels of the draft. And so I think it's important to realize that Isaiah Rodgers, another body to compete for slot and or CB2. If Bradbury stinks it up, you got Keely Ringo and Isaiah Rodgers on his, you already know. Now, I do want to drop the link in the description. I do want to do a mock draft, but I do want to get some callers in as well. Let's click the invite button. Again, if you can put your camera on, it's probably better if you can put your camera on. But if you can't put your camera on, it's okay. I do want to hear from you. I want to hear all y'all takes on who we should get first, second, third. Now, listen, though. Last time we did a call-in, a lot of people said, hey, I didn't get to get on the call-in, so we're going to have to make it quicker. We're not going to be able to have people staying in as long as normal, but I do want to hear from y'all. And please, please don't hesitate. I want y'all to call in, comment on, some of the things we talked about, tampering, Isaiah Rodgers, but the draft is the most important. So I do want to hear from y'all. Please click the link, whether it's on your phone, on your computer, click the link, come through, 30 seconds to a minute. Break it down for me where the Eagles should go via this draft as we get ready to pull up the mock draft. And maybe we do, because we could do a couple mock drafts, I don't see it to being a problem because there's so many ways you can go. I think there's so many different drafts that I would still like because of the avenues that Howie could go. I don't think nothing is set in stone where you have to go here for it to be a good draft, or you have to go there for it to be a good draft. I think there's a couple places we could go and it still be a good draft for sure. Let me pull up to the background. When we do the draft, the background will be this one, so we can, keep it looking fresh. But I do want to hear from the great people. I think if I pull you in, we'll be able to still fit. Let's see. Got my guy Scroob. What's going on, Scroob?
Yo, what's up?
Hey, let me know if you were on the clock at 22, or do you believe the Eagles should wait to 22? What would be your draft mindset coming into this one?
Well, probably I would wait and like see until after 10 is over, because that's realistic where we can trade up into, like, without using our 2 second round picks or using our first round from next year. And maybe if a corner or somebody like DeJean or somebody is there, trade up. But like, honestly, I think we got a lot of depth at corner, and we're not giving them enough
credit.
Yeah, we're not giving them enough credit. Like, we have a lot of young guys. Plus, we have the older guys that were proven. Bradbury had a bad year last year, but the whole defense was having a bad year last year. Like you gotta let them see what they can do at first. Like Howie will go out and trade for somebody if he can in the middle of the season if possible. I think we got to build up that line because we need pressure on the quarterback for the cornerbacks to play good. If we ain't getting pressure on the quarterback, then the corners ain't getting no help.
Yeah, I agree. And although I like Nolan Smith, Bryce Young, Josh Sweat, and BJ, you can always add to that because I think the Eagles want a true rotation there for sure. I like what you said. Like, we just got the news that Isaiah Rodgers is reinstated. He could compete for cornerback too or the slot corner because he did play it in college. He didn't do it much in the NFL in Indianapolis because Kenny Moore can only play in the slot. So if you got a guy like Isaiah Rodgers who's small, can play in the slot and the outside, but Kenny Moore can only play in the slot, you're going to leave him in the slot. I think with Bradbury, like Slay's fine for now, but he is older. We're going to eventually have to move on with two, not one, two booking corners. So, Bradbury and Slay is the immediate future. But I'm with you. I gave a lot of people the benefit of the doubt. New DC, Bradbury showed us one great year, one bad year. So between Slay taking CB1 and having it on lock, and now you have Keely Ringo, Isaiah Rodgers, and Bradbury, old and young, competing for CB2. Like, I don't think it's a dire need, but the corners in this draft could be legit. Like, you can see Quinyon Mitchell and Terrion Arnold, even the Cooper DeJean being the Patrick Surtain, the Sauce Garner, and then you're sitting back watching them play for 10 years for a team, and you're a little upset. You're like, yeah, we had talent, but you know what I mean? So I think offensive line, it could be an option. Like we take for granted what Kelsey gave us, not just all pro last year. Kelsey was a great center for a decade, right? Like Jason Peters was a tackle for, like, we've had so many offensive linemen, Lane Johnson, who's still here. Like we feel like, it's not that important. But yeah, if we didn't have Hall of Fame play on the line in the middle, to the left, to the right, now we got Dickerson. Like, our teams wouldn't have been as good. You know what I mean? So I think everything, and it's not the sexy pick, the O-line, but I think everything's on the board, including D-line. I think people are sleeping on D-line. It's going to be very interesting. But you said you would probably go into the trenches in the first round.
Yeah, and if we don't do anything with corner in the draft, Justin Simmons is still there. You know what I mean? We can always pick him up and give him the money that he needs. I think that's what Howie's really doing, is seeing what we can do, and then right after the draft, he's going to get everybody that he can, that he feels like we need.
Hey, I like it. Hey, shout out for being the first caller, my guy. Appreciate you.
Thanks. See you.
Peace. Remember, all you got to do is click the link click the link that's pinned to the top of the chat. You could be on your phone, computer, iPad. You can show your face. You can just let me hear your voice, but I need to hear from you. Sean, what's going on, Sean?
What's going on?
Hey, how you feeling? So the Eagles draft, where are you leading?
Hey,
Trade up, trade back, stay at 22. I need a corner. I'm not mad at O-line. Give me your general thoughts.
I'm feeling trade up.
You want to go up and get your guy.
Yeah.
Who you looking at?
Terrion Arnold.
Terrion Arnold, out of Alabama. Yeah. How you feel about Kool-Aid though? You think Terrion Arnold is that much better than Kool-Aid, or do you not like the injury, or how do you feel about the comparison, Kool-Aid, Terrion in your mind?
Terrion a little bit more polished to me. So I feel like we already got a stable piece in Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter. So we solidify the outside next. Then we can go with safety in the middle rounds, and maybe linebacker. So that means we're solidified for the next 4 years.
Hey, two of them 4 years, one of them with a 5th-year option. I like that. Like I said, I've opened up to the option of possibly drafting a receiver earlier, not first round, but earlier, due to the fact that, like, maybe Edrin Cooper's not there, maybe Max Melton's not there. Like, if some of the defensive prospects that I'm looking at ain't there, then but the best player on the board is a receiver at 53. Then I'm thinking about it.
I like the boy out of Florida. Yeah, he a dog.
Keon Coleman. Keon.
Yeah, not Keon. I mean the Gators. What's his name? Parrish.
Personally,
Yeah, I'm feeling more of a slot because we got our receivers for the
oh
next.
yeah, we got our $25 million guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we
I'm
got
with you on
two. We
that.
got two of them. You feel me? We added up a dog, maybe a Worthy.
Hey, you're right. Look, and Jalen McMillan, I think you can get in the fourth round at pick 120 out
I
of
like it.
Washington, and he's played predominantly he played in the
Yeah, I
slot
like
in
it.
college. Like he played with some alphas on the outside, so I think he would fit right in.
I like it. I like it. Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate you for calling in.
All love, man. All love.
All right. Hey, yo, do me a favor. We got over 565 people in here. We're going to do a live mock draft. We talked about the reinstatement of Isaiah Rodgers and how it could impact the draft / let's go. We also talked about the whole tampering stuff. Leave us alone. We got a lot more draft stuff to talk about. I want to hear from some of the people, but let's get it over 150, 200 likes. We got over 562 in the building. I know we could do it. We got my guy G Code up next. What's going on, G?
Yo, what's going on? What's going on, Philly? What's
I'm
happening?
trying to hear from y'all. Like, I've been talking about the draft. I know y'all know my thoughts. I know a lot of your thoughts because a lot of people take the time to comment in the comment section, and I do read them. But let's hear it live. G-Code, where you going?
Man, far as like with the whole trade up thing, man, my opinion, I think we should stay put. That's just my opinion. But if we was to trade up, I like the Quentin dude, man, the dude from Toledo, man. I like him
Kenyon
a lot,
Mitchell?
man. Yeah, I like him a lot, man. Um, the Alabama dudes, they're good too, but if we're gonna jump up, man, we gotta make it worth our while. That's all I know.
Yeah, I think again, I think if you really look at all the corners, right? Dejon could be a special player, whether it's safety or corner. I think McKinney's gonna be good. I like Nate Wiggins. He's getting a Smitty treatment where the dude got the stats and the tape to prove it, but he's a little light, and people don't like that.
Yeah,
Max Melton. But I think right now for CB1, it's fighting to be Quinyon Mitchell / Terrion Arnold. A lot of people are worried about is who he played in Toledo, right? Like, yeah, he got the tape and all that, but playing competition over there compared to the SEC is different. Although we've seen some guys again, come out of these smaller schools and just dominate as well. When you good, you good, no matter who in
yeah,
front of you, right?
yeah.
So it should
I
be
really
interesting.
I really like I want a linebacker, man. I want a young stud linebacker, man. If we can get Cooper, man, like in the second round, man, that will make my day, man. I really like Cooper, man. I think he's a stud. And far as like sleeper, my sleeper pick, Luke McCaffrey, bro.
Yeah,
Christian
listen, you
McCaffrey.
were the first one to say that yesterday. I said I was gonna watch film today, but then I got busy. But I'm gonna watch today some of his tape. You said it right, and then two other people. I don't know if they saw your comment, but they didn't comment under you. But they also
Yeah,
said sleeper pick, and they told me. I said, dang. I said you're the second dude, and then I was like, you're the third dude. There
yeah.
was 3 comments just on yesterday's video about for me to watch his tape.
Now hear me out. Now hear me out, Philly. Now the thing with Luke, first of all, it's in his blood. His dad was a wide receiver for the Broncos, so it's already in him. He's Christian McCaffrey's little brother, of course. He's a tad bit faster than Christian McCaffrey. He got nice size. I think he'll be a dog in the slot. That's
And
just
think
my
about
opinion.
And listen, and just going off it, his dad's a receiver, his brother's a running back who can receive. I mean, look, we've seen bloodlines really matriculate in the NFL. You got Sweat's brother coming from D tackle out of Texas. I'm gonna watch his tape today, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna at least before the draft, I'm gonna give you my take on him because I haven't seen much. But hey, shout out to that.
yeah, man. And I'm happy to hear that Isaiah Rodgers got reinstated, man. I'm gassed for that, bro. I'm happy for that one. Because I was
Hey,
worried.
I was worried too. I was definitely worried. He kept the faith. But hey, I appreciate you, G Code, and shout out for the sleeper.
Yeah, fly was fly.
You already know. Okay, so now we got some people calling in. I'm gonna try to get to y'all as quick as possible. We're gonna go in order of how you came in. Alex White, what's going on, Alex?
What's going on? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, bro.
What's going on, bro? I my movements, I would want to move up, but I'd want to move up twice. And I know this is gonna sound crazy. I would want to move up, but I don't want to move up a lot with the first pick. I just want to go right in front somewhere around the Rams or the Steelers. And I want to get Latu.
Latu. I was waiting for somebody to come out here. Listen, his trainer, Coach Ed, who's worked with 7 first-round draft picks, said, this is the one dude. Latu is the one dude that I can see getting double-digit sacks with ease. And you can't just throw his words out. He's worked with some dogs, and I like that. But let me ask you, does the injury history bother you?
It would. If we talking last year, if we were just coming off an injury and and it was back to back like that, it would. But since we made it through an entire season, being able to produce the way he produced, it's hard for me to hold that against my guy. It would be sort of the the Landon Dickinson thing. You know what I mean? When we got him, that was the big thing. My man has been a stud, and I think that talent, the potential, is worth betting on. I think what we thought we would get out of Jordan Davis, we get out of last. Just the potential. I know they different positions on the line, but the potential we thought we was getting with Jordan Davis, I think we get with him.
All right, so you said you want to move up between 19, or what? Wait, oh no, where is that? Where's the Rams pick at? In the teens, like between 16.
Yeah, so late teens, 18 to 20.
18 to 20, move up a little bit. And listen, some of our big, again, for the last 5 drafts, the Eagles moved up. But we only moved up a little for Davis. We only moved up a pick or 2 for Devontae.
Exactly.
For Carter, we only moved up 1. But sometimes there's that team that you hear reportedly about this. You got people don't understand why only move up 1 or 2. It's because somebody was targeting your guy.
Somebody was targeting.
No, we're not allowing it. So real quick before I get you out of here, what would be your other move up you were talking about?
Yep. So then I'm packaging one of my 2nd round picks, my 4th round pick, and a pick from next year. And I'm coming back into the 1st round somewhere between 25 and 28. And I'm grabbing Cooper DeJean.
You think he's going to be on the board for that long?
Yeah, I do. I think we as fans are overhyping him, but I think as a GM and players, 1, he is someone that's coming off of an injury. 2, no one really knows what position they really want to put him as. So if they think in safety, he's already going to fall back further. Now, if they solidify and think he's going to be a true number 1 corner, that may be different, but I don't think a lot of GMs thinking like that. So I think we as fans hyping him like that, but I don't think they are. I think we'll be able to get him or Kool-Aid right there around that range, and I'm fine with either one.
All right, I like that. And so you would say, so what do you think it would take to move up with your first pick? You said you probably only taking 3 guys this year, 3-4 guys.
Yeah. No. I'm 4. I'm gonna have 4 selections. And they're gonna have to be impactful. But I think I'm getting
gonna be dogs.
They're gonna be dogs, dog. We're coming out of 4 picks with 3 starters. That's all I'm saying. Hey, so I don't think it'll take nearly as much to move up the first one. If I'm being honest, I didn't get nothing out of the Hassan Reddick trade anyway, so I might package that. Hey, you know what I mean? That wasn't really much for me. No way, you can get this conditional. You can get this conditional. If I'm getting Latu to replace the production I would be getting from Reddick, that's a win-win for me.
That's a win-win. Hey, I like it. Hey, good stuff, Alex. I appreciate you tuning in and calling in, my guy.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, have a good one.
Yep.
All right, we're going to get the last couple of these callers, and then if a couple more come in, we'll see where we're at. But I do want to get a mock draft started before the 45-minute mark. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Like I said, hit that like button. Over 533 people in here. I appreciate the love and support. Philly and Ark, what's going on?
What's going on, man? How's it going?
Hey, I'm chilling. I'm looking at this mock draft simulator. I'm ready to do it, but I'm ready to really see it on Thursday because I believe, like I said, is Howie trading up? Are we staying there? Are we going to make that big move? Heck, listen, when you got Howie Roseman at the GM, you can trade for a superstar player in the league right now. I know Patrick Surtain, that's not really gaining any steam and all that, but look, I mean, there was murmurs about A.J. Brown in 2022, but there was nothing heavily reported. It was just I was chilling, live for the mock draft, and then next you know it's Eagles get A.J. Brown, and I was extremely hyped. Where are you at with the whole draft, 1st round, 2nd round, move up, this, that, and the 3rd?
For me, I think with Rodgers being back, there's nobody worth trading up for us. Really, I think we're good at 22 because I don't see DeJean going super high with the injury, so he should be there at 22, and that almost sets us up perfect because we don't need somebody to be strictly outside.
So you think if with Isaiah Rodgers, Keely Ringo, and the possibility of Bradbury, maybe not being all pro again, but like playing more of 2022 under a different DC, you're ready to just go best player available at 22. So you don't have to, again, trading up sounds good, right? It always sounds good. But like, what are you giving up to go up there, right? If you're going up early teens, one of your second round picks might got to be gone. And so if you still feel comfortable to get somebody that you believe in at 22, and listen, I don't know if you or anybody in the chat saw the video that I talked about the Eagles second round picks all the way to 2008, but man, we got dogs in the second round from LaShawn McCoy to Deshaun Jackson to Zach Ertz to Jordan Hicks. We hit on our Landon Dickerson. We hit our second round picks, and we got two of them. So I'm not just like trying to willingly part ways with 50 or 53 to move up to guarantee something, just depending on, the player. And if you make that decision, it better come into fruition. Like you go up and get a corner, he better be competing for CB2 ASAP Rocky. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And so that's where I'm at because I'm counting on those 2 seconds big this year. I think we can get a solid linebacker like a Junior Colson, maybe an Edgerrin Cooper if he's there. And then Roman Wilson, somebody nobody talks about, will be a solid slot receiver for us. He's good size, great speed, really great hands, wins 50-50 balls a lot. He was a number one receiver at Michigan, but I think he'd work well in the slot for us for sure.
Well, was he trending on Twitter today? Because I could have sworn I seen his name going around on Twitter today.
I didn't see that.
Hey, maybe I'm losing my mind because I was rushing around this thing. But hey, so you think you would take him around with one of your second picks, or you think where do you think he gets drafted around?
I think he could fall to the second for sure. With all these other high receivers going, and then you got the plethora of O linemen in the first that people are definitely going to be eating up. I think Wilson could fall to the second pretty easy.
I like it. Yeah. We've seen a lot of people fall that weren't supposed to fall. I think there's going to be some dog receivers in that second round pick, and we're picking at 50, 53, so they're not too far away. So not many people are coming off the board in between them. So I think we're going to have a clear view of, possible BPA at that time. But I like it. You say you're going to stay chill. You say I'm going with the youth at corner that we have, and we're going to stay and hopefully get like a DeJean.
Yep, I'll go for DeJean because that's somebody you don't have to put him outside. Now that you got Isaiah Rodgers back, you can move him anywhere you want in that defense.
Yeah. And I know people are down on Avonte Maddox, and I'm not expecting him to be healthy all season, but when healthy, the dude has been productive besides last year. So I'm just ready to see, and he's played some safety. And I think, Sidney Brown coming back is a guy I'm ready to see year 2 as well, because I think he's going to be a player for us. So, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Sidney Brown, Reed Blankenship, and you added DeJean, I ain't mad at it.
We got some hungry dogs back here.
I love it. Ayo, appreciate you for coming through and giving me your input.
Thanks for having me, man.
Peace. All right, 5:30 in the chat. Mock draft about to be done, taking place soon. Let's get these last callers in. Y'all know what to do. Hit that like button. It's free. It's easy. Don't cost a thing. Subscribe to the channel as well. CJ, what's up with you?
What's up, man?
I'm trying to get the knowledge. Where you going in the draft?
For our first pick, I think we need to trade off for Terrion Arnold because I feel as though he could be a strap-down corner for us. I don't trust Bradbury, and Slade getting a little bit older. So for him, I think we should trade up and get him. Then I said in our last pick, you ever heard of a receiver named Malik Washington from Virginia?
Somebody else mentioned him too, but
I think because last year I wanted us to get Tank Dale, but we kept using all our draft picks on Georgia people. But this year, I think if you get Malik Washington, he reminds me of a smaller AJ Brown. You put him in the slot, you got Smitty and AJ on the outside, the offense is unstoppable.
Yeah, I think if you honestly get a legit, if the Eagles end up going legit wide receiver in the early second round, 50 or 53, man, I don't think ridiculous with AJ and Devontae and Kellen Moore, trying to make these receivers actually run routes across the middle, using them. different ways, and we always forget Dallas Goedert. We added Saquon Barkley, who's a pass catching running back itself. It's just scary to think having. I mean, Madden's going to be fun.
Yeah, and for one of our second round picks, I think we could go Cooper or Jeremiah Trotter. I wanted Wilson, but Wilson from North Carolina State, he's a little bit too older for me. So by the time he get off his rookie contract, he's gonna be about 28 to 30 already, and we don't really need no people like that.
Yeah, and so how do you feel about all the mock drafts keeping Edgerrin Cooper there in the second? Do you believe he's gonna be there
Now,
around there?
I don't think he's gonna be there in a second. I think if he is, we're gonna have to probably trade up for him. He's gonna go late first round, early second round.
Yeah, I think some people look at go ahead.
People gonna start getting linebacker needy, like how one person go, it's like how Brant Branch got took from us last year. Once one apple fall, the rest of them just start falling out of nowhere. So if it was me,
yeah,
I would trade up for him unless they want Jeremiah Trotter.
Yeah, Trotter's someone I really think will be there in the a decent portion of the second round, for sure.
That's somebody, if they don't plan on trading up, that's somebody who I would look at Trotter. But if you could, I would try to get Cooper because I like Nakobe Dean, but he's like Avonte Maddox. You might see him 4 healthy games out of the whole year, and that's it. I'd rather us get Cooper. Then if Nakobe Dean pan out, he just pan out. We got 3 good linebackers, but I'm not depending on him to stay healthy the whole year.
Yeah, look, at this point, I still believe in the talent if the talent can stay on the field. And so I'm looking at it like this, bro. If you come back out here and get hurt again, then I can't defend.
Yeah.
Because, best ability is availability. And so no matter what awards you had from college or how good you can do something, if you're not available to do it, like you telling me you can fix I'm the best mechanic there is. Okay, well, fix my car. Oh, I can't do it. Well, then it don't matter how good you are to me. You know what I mean? You keep telling me how good you are, but my car's still broken. I need it fixed. I'm going somewhere else.
And for them, I tell people who like the Eagles, we do not need no O lineman or D lineman with that. You shouldn't be drafting no project piece to the 4th round. Our first couple picks, because if you notice, these last couple drafts, Howie Roseman drafting these O linemen and D linemen is coming back to bite us. You drafted Jordan Davis, and we could have had Kyle Hamilton. We wouldn't be going through this if you draft the right pieces.
I mean, Landon Dickerson paid out beautifully.
Landon Dickerson and Jalen Carter is the last one. We're going to take it back. Andre Dillard. You could have drafted Josh Jacobs, but you said, no, we need O-lineman. Came back to bite us.
Yeah, that Dillard pick still haunts for sure.
Yeah, I just feel as though we invest. It's good to invest in the O-lineman or D-lineman, but give Nolan Smith, Bryce Huff, and Josh Sweat a chance.
Hey, I like it. Hey, I appreciate you, CJ, for coming through and dropping some knowledge.
All right.
All right, be easy, bro.
You too.
All right, we got 4 more people in the back. I'm about to take it down. I'm about to take down the link. After the mock draft, I'll probably put it back up and chop it up a little bit. However, I want to get the people who are already in the waiting room. One more just jumped in, and then I do want to do the mock draft, and then we'll talk a little bit more. Todd, what's going on with you, Todd?
What's good with you, Philly? How you handling?
Hey, listen, I'm just trying to hear what the temperature is as it pertains to the live chat, the live callers on what they think Eagle Nation should do, because I see so many scenarios. Some I really love, some I like, some I'm like, I really don't want to go this route, but
likewise, brother, likewise.
Where you going?
Of course, like everybody else, I did my mock drafts, and of course, I did one where you stay at 22. And the funny one, this is what I'm really hoping for. That's why I'm really hoping. I'm pushing for Penix to all these quarterbacks to move up. I want a lot of these teams to change their philosophy, start drafting like a lot of old linemen, because at 22 we picked up Jared Bean from Florida State, and we just stayed put. Yes, in the first round. So I like that. I know it's a little that's a little far-fetched, but if we got to move up, let it be for a pass rusher. I mean, I know we liking the cornerbacks a little bit, but we know there's a significant hole when you lose Hassan Reddick. I mean, let's really be honest. It's hard to replace 20 sacks. I know Bryce Huff has got that potential, but it's good to have like a young up and coming hungry pass rusher that's like really proven. I mean, of course we love Dallas Turner, but that's too high into the top 10. So I just, if we're gonna move up, let's try to get a good pass rusher.
Hey, I respect that. Like I said, if you've been following this channel, I'm huge on Nolan Smith, and I know some people are like, he's a little, they again need the players to be productive in the NFL. But I think the Eagles really regretted not giving him more opportunities. I think it was hard because you have Reddick and Sweat and BG, who we thought last year might have been his last year. Now this year's his last year. I think Nolan Sweat's going to make some noise. As for Bryce Huff, can he do it consistently, playing 80-70% of snaps? I do think the Eagles want to have a true rotation. I don't put it past. Like I
Exactly.
said, corner, O-line, D-line. If one of them get called, I'm not going to be like, huh? Like if we draft a
Right.
wide receiver, if we draft a linebacker, we draft something like that in the first round, I'll be shocked. But I think there's, them three positions, the
The
Eagles
only
can go
reason
each
why I
way.
say for like move up for a pass rusher, because we know cornerbacks are a little bit deep. I feel myself like, of course, I want Edgerrin Cooper in the second round, like everybody else. I mean, we want the linebacker, but I'm like, if Cooper is gone, I could be fine with Colston too, from Michigan. But I just look at in that second round, that's where, we're having those 2 second rounders and we always pick dogs. That's where I'm just like, okay, that's our money pick. So the first round is like, it's like you could go so many ways, and that's why you got to put yourself in this position so you don't have to feel like you need a draft for need in the first round. You can truly take the best talent. But my thing is, I don't like, everybody feel like we got to take an O-line in the first round. Do we not know who we have in our O-line coaching staff? We had the best O-line coach in the league.
In the
So,
world.
there you go. In the world, Craig, in the world.
In the world.
So that's why I look at it like, let's put some respect on Stoutland's name, and like we got 3 fifth rounders. We can pick an old line and develop them, but when it comes to the first and second rounders, you want bona fide starters or players that can contribute. From the third from the end is like you want to look for those depth pieces, pieces that you can develop. Right now, our O line is stacked. I'm like, everybody needs to quit acting like we got so many holes. I know we lost veterans, but let's truly be honest. We got some young, hungry dogs that's been in the Stoutland University.
And you ready for Steen to step up, right?
Absolutely. I mean, he came in, he played that one game, and he didn't look too bad. I mean, of course, he had the first game jitters, still trying to get the feel of it. But once he settled in, that O-line started looking good.
Yeah, I agree. I think he definitely came into his own as he got more playing time and whatnot. So look, I ain't mad at it. Again, a pass rusher just makes this D-line way better. If we believe in Isaiah Rodgers, who is reinstated, if you believe in Keely Ringo, maybe a Slayer Bradbury. Again, I know a lot of people don't believe in Bradbury, but believe one of them two can replace him. If the D-line if we are a top 3 sack team, the corners are going to play better regardless. Heck,
Exactly.
maybe what Bradbury was missing, like we talk about Bradbury was missing coaching, but maybe Bradbury was missing 70 sacks. Now, again, not saying we can get 70 sacks every single time, but the last time the Eagles D-line was the number 1, or even give me top 3, Bradbury was locking up, So again,
And let's truly be honest. Bradbury is a zone player. He's a zone player. And so that's why everybody's like, and I'll even give props to John McMullen, who he wants to see him in this scheme, because he knows, okay, when he turned into burnt Bradbury with that Seattle game, that was 1-on-1. That's not his style. His style is to sit back, read the quarterback, read the routes, and so he can play on it.
Yeah. And if he is going to play man, he's a bigger guy. He wants to get their hands on you. So even so whenever you do play him in man, you should have a safety over top, but he needs to get his hands on him. Like what's a call said that straight up. Like when Smitty was talking about Bradbury, said one of the things that when he does play press, Bradbury is strong. I mean, I love Smitty a little smaller, but he talked about Bradbury keeping his guy, making it hard to get off the line of scrimmage. So like I'm with you on that. And so I think if Bradbury don't work, we got some guys behind him, but I do like the cornerback draft class. I'm sorry, I do.
Oh no! Trust me. If I can, one of the second rounders besides the linebacker, I'm really loving the kid Max Milton. I mean, that is a true dog, and I love cornerbacks that not only when they see the ball in the air, they attack the ball, but they make consistent tackles. They're not afraid of tackling. And that's
Fact.
what, when you have that dog in that backfield, and it helps to boost up the other cornerbacks. He's like, okay, this guy's making plays, he's making tackles. I gotta step my game up.
I agree. Hey Todd, I appreciate you dropping some gems.
Likewise, brother.
All right, be easy, be easy. All right, we got a couple more in the background. We're gonna go through them quick, then we gonna do this mock draft, and I might open the call lines again. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be here for a little bit, I think. Depending on one thing. Yes, anyways, let's get my guy Tiny in the building. What's going on?
What's happening, boss?
Hey, I'm just trying to hear from all y'all. Again, I've been reading your comments. I like what y'all, a lot of people got a lot of different options, or they believe the Eagles should go here, go there. I'm just trying to check the temperature. Where do you think we should go?
I'm going to stay still at 22, especially with the reinstating of Isaiah, and then we bring back Maxwell and Maddox, right? So, and then we got the young boys, Keely Ringo, 253. You know what I'm talking about? And then we got Isaiah Apple.
Eli Ricks.
Eli Ricks, right? So we got the young boys learning from the veterans. So I'm gonna stay still and let them learn from them, get another year under their books, and then I feel like we gonna go offensive line or defensive line at 22, mainly offensive line, and piggyback off of what Jason Kelce did with Lane Johnson.
Yeah.
With his man out from OU for his backup, and learn from him, since that's his mentor. If we don't do that, then I definitely see going D-line, because that's what Howie does. He always invests in the trenches.
Who do you think who do you think's going to be the best defensive lineman, or who do you want to be there for the Eagles to draft at 22? If you're going to D-line.
So I haven't really looked into it, to be honest, because I don't really feel us going to the D-line, because we have all the young bulls still. We got the veterans with Sweat, BG, even though this is his last year. That's why I feel like we're going D-line, because of BG's last year. So he can groom them along with the other guys.
I respect it. And listen, knowing Howie Roseman and you coming on here saying O-line, D-line, it's not like you just saying something random. That has been his the recipe for the Eagles for a while. I think a lot of people are going to be upset if we draft the offensive lineman in the first. I think my initial reaction, even though Tyler Guyton is good,
hey, that wouldn't be the first time, though. That wouldn't be the first time we've been mad, because we drafted D-line with Marcus Smith's second, and he didn't turn out well.
Yeah, I mean, look, the draft is, we see so many players drafted in the first round that don't eventually live up to the hype or do what they got to do. So,
but at the same time, we got a different coaching regime now.
Yes.
So
both sides of the ball.
That part. So it could play out both ways. I definitely don't see us going corner now. Now that Isaiah Rodgers' second is back and reinstated, and then we got Maddox, the slot is solidified. Outside, you got your old veterans
mixed
with the young boys. Really, I could probably see us going safety or tight end.
In the first?
Yeah. Surprise us. Because Howie hasn't done.
Hey, so he be talking about zigging and zagging. So let me ask you though, do you have a player that, like, if you're like, if the Eagles come out with this player in the first round, I'm happy.
Whoever they pick, I'm happy with it. It don't matter.
Okay, in Howie we trust. I love it. I
That
love it.
part.
You said a name, and I'm gonna sign. I ain't mad at it.
game.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Shout out to the 253, baby.
There
206.
you go. There you go. Hey, I appreciate you for coming through, my guy.
Yes, sir.
All right, be easy.
You too.
All right, all right. We got my guy Stu Vision in the building. What's going on, Stu?
Mike. Man, I'd have been hearing some good stuff and some madness. First of all,
so let me ask you.
Yeah, go ahead.
What are the Eagles going to do that would make what could the Eagles do first round, maybe a little second round that will make Stu happy?
First round, what you do is we don't have a third round pick. We all know Howie. He ain't gonna sit on his hands from 53 all the way to 120 and not do nothing. So we all got to expect how we gonna trade back at some point. 9
Hey, we
times out of
moved up
10.
last year to get Keeley. We
Yeah,
didn't-
right.
You know what I mean?
But he also had those picks that he could fall back on, that he wasn't losing draft picks or losing position. He still
Correct.
had enough picks last year to be able to do what he wanted to. Not as many picks this year. So we all know how he's not sitting on his hands from 53 to 120. It's just not happening. We all got to keep that in mind. How we
like
might
that.
trade back in the first round. Now, we heard he's been calling around looking to see what it would take to trade up. Okay, cool. If he's going to trade up in the first round, that means either 50 or 53. Don't expect us to pick there because he's trading one of them back. You ask me, if he's trading up, it's either for Terrion Arnold, for Fashanu, or for Latu. That's it. Tyler Guyton might be there in the second round, so I don't think they're worried about that. I know we need to get either Cooper or Trot Jr. I need X-Man Jr. or Cooper at the linebacker position. I don't think they're doing that in the first round. First round, I think I think if they trading up, they're going for Terrion Arnold. Because they want somebody to take over from Bradbury. They're going to try to find a way to get Bradbury off the books this offseason.
Yeah, because listen, if you get that lockdown corner, you can make him a June 1st cut then, and you don't got to worry about it because you got the young boy who's projected to come in and play right away, and guys like Ringo who can step up if needed. You got Zaya Rodgers, whether he's used outside or inside. I look. The fact is, we get the report
he's going to be outside.
Who?
I personally believe he's going to be outside.
It is funny that we get the report that
he has more experience outside.
True. It is funny that we get the report that he was calling up, which we know he's calling up, but calling up for a corner, and then next thing you know, it's also reported that Terrion Arnold had a spectacular top 30 visit last week, which is still fresh in the Eagles' mind, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they trading up, I think that's really what he's going to go for, because you don't make statements like there's certain guys like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan that were just born to play basketball. Then there were certain guys like so Brian Dawkins and this guy, and they were made for football. And I'm one of those guys. I'm made to play football. You don't make that statement.
That's a statement and a half right there, man.
You don't make that statement and think that somebody like Howie and Jeffrey not listening to that and be like, yeah, that's that dog we're looking for.
Facts. I'm with it. I'm with it.
That's necessary.
So
now,
look,
here's the madness I want to get addressed to.
Go ahead.
For all those who think Cooper DeJean in the first round, stop. Just stop it right now. When have we ever known Howie Roseman to use a first-round pick on somebody coming off injury? Second round, maybe. Third round, maybe. First round, get the hell out of here. Y'all better stop that, man. Use your brain. And now, don't get me wrong. If we talking about DeJean and y'all talking about putting him on the outside corner, stop. Put him at safety. Just put him at safety.
Because he's white? No, I'm just kidding.
No, put him at safety because he's better there. Because he's better there.
Nah, I think his game translate as a safety too. To be honest, I think listen, to run
Trust me, I would love to have that.
Is gonna be
I would
tough.
love to have Jason Sehorn 2.0 on this team. I would love that. I would love nothing more than that. But put him at safety. We could have John Lynch 2.0.
Hey, I like it. You know what I mean? I like I like him playing safety more than corner for sure. Not saying he couldn't jump in the slot once in a while or do something like that if necessary needed. A Vic Fangio chess piece, but yeah, I hear you. Coming off injury, that could impact Howie. Although Kool-Aid's coming off injury too, ain't he? He got that
I
fractured
ain't say
foot.
nothing about Kool-Aid though.
No,
I
no,
ain't
I'm just
saying.
saying though,
Nah,
he,
he
he's
coming off injury, but I don't think he's coming off the injury of a broken fibula that just happened in November.
respect.
That's different injuries. Now, like I said, I'm not opposed to drafting him as long as we putting him in the right position, putting him at the right spot. Because if we trying to put him at the outside corner spot, nah, that ain't gonna work. we
I
need to
hear.
put him. We need to put him at safety.
All right, man. Hey, listen, I hear you, bro. Listen, Eagle Nation, go check out Stu Vision's channel. He be dropping gems. He'll be going live a lot, having great guests and stuff. He just started a channel not too long ago. All you gotta do is type in what
Mike.
Stu Vision, right?
Hold on, Mike. Let me address Drew real quick. What you mean stop with the white cap? Dijon can play at multiple positions. It's like having no. First of all, where did the white cap come from, bro?
Because now,
What are you talking about? We all know he can play multiple positions. That's why I say I don't want him at outside corner. I'd rather him play safety because he's better there. Come on,
yeah.
bro.
Now
Stop
I
with
think
that.
it's because when you first said that, I was like, because he's white. I was just of course joking around. I just thought I could get that in there. You know what I mean? Can't do that too often.
Yeah. I know where you was going with it. I knew you was joking around. But Drew, come on, bro. You
Nah,
really
he's good.
and then
But
you
like I
really
said,
just compared that man to CJ. Like, stop, bro.
I mean, CJ's proven, you know what I mean?
You know what I
And
mean?
we realize how
Hold on.
different the
Let me
defense was
make another
without him.
statement. Hold on, let me make one last statement about this Cooper DeJean thing, and I'm gonna even show my face on this.
He said he's joking. He
Cooper
said, calm down,
DeJean's
bro. I'm just joking.
his best game was against Iowa State. That was his best game. Was against Iowa State. Let's keep it real, y'all. Now, if he can step into that, that's why I say put him at safety right now and let him work in between playing that slot and being safety. Let him be that jack that wild card, that joker we can have in the defense. Put him in different spots. He can be that safety that comes down in the box on run plays or stuff like that, or when they might throw screen passes. I think he'd be real. I'm telling you, he could be that nice little joker piece for us if we get him. But I can't do it. Not at 22. No, I can't do it.
Hey, respect, man. I appreciate you for coming on, Stu. And like I said, go check out his channel for sure.
All right, Mike. Peace out, bro.
Peace. We got two more. Jay Kratz, what's going on, Jay?
Hey, what up, Mike? How we doing today?
We hanging in there. I'm glad. Appreciate you for staying through. You know, there are a lot of people up in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give me your take, though. I'm interested to hear what you got going on for this Eagles draft coming up.
First round, I feel like we either take a tackle or a corner. Get Lane Johnson's replacement ready because we know shortly it's going to be time. I'm thinking either I can't remember the one tackle. I think he's from Oklahoma, Fisher or something.
Tyler Guyton.
Oh yeah, that guy. I would like Guyton. And if
you're talking really realistic under Howie Roseman regime, but I think a lot of people gonna be upset.
Oh, definitely. But if we don't go tackle, I feel like we could go corner.
But you want to stay? You want to stay at? You think you would stay at 22?
Yeah.
And then you would just take the either top tackle or top corner at 22.
Yeah, top corner, top tackle, best player for one of those positions. Either way.
I ain't mad at it. Like I said, staying at 22, because Howie not having a third round pick and whatnot, I think it's gonna be harder for him to finagle. I mean, he could finagle anything. It's Howie. He get on the phone with somebody. Next thing you know, they start doing this, start doing that. They don't even know why they doing it. But I think this could, again, 4 out of 5 drafts we traded up. Whether it's only a spot or two, it's still called a trade up. But 22, this draft, I ain't mad at it.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like he could either trade up. I feel like he might trade up in the second round, get like Xavier Worthy from Tennessee, the receiver, or is it Texas? It's one of them.
Texas.
Yeah, and then I feel like
Speedster.
I would love him. Have him in the slot, and then Smitty and AJ Brown doing their work.
Yeah, that speed with the middle of field being occupied by just great route runners and guys who can just break tackles, yards after the catch, and AJ Brown, Smitty just pulling people out of his cleats, and then Xavier Worthy, the fastest player to ever run the 40 via the NFL draft. I mean, NFL Combine. She don't talk about Quez taking the tops off. That'd be incredible.
Yeah, and then if for our second round picks, I think the first one we gotta take linebacker, either Trotter or Cooper. I'll be happy with either one. And
All
then,
right, and then
and then our second one, I have a guy I personally like, TJ Tampa. He was born in PA. I love him come back home.
what position does he play?
He's a corner. So if we take tackle in the first, I feel like he'll be a great guy to take in our second.
Interested. I actually don't know much about him. What you say? How you say his name again?
TJ Tampa.
TJ Tampa?
Yeah.
Sound like a corner to me, though. You know what I mean? Tampa too.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
TJ Tampa. I actually don't know much about him, but you say he's a PA guy?
Yeah, Norristown.
All right, I'm definitely gonna do some due diligence before the draft, just in case his name gets called. But look, I ain't mad. Like I said, we've heard the reports that O lineman could be the decision at 22 if we stay there. I know I see the chat's not really interested in Tyler Guyton. I know we brought Troy Fatanu in. He's a left tackle though. Could he play right? I'm not sure. I know they looked at the Georgia tackle as well, Amaris Mims. So there's definitely some offensive linemen that has been invited to the Eagles' top 30 visits. So it should be real interesting. I think it's gonna just the whole lead up to 22. Watching the draft, not knowing at any time past 10, because I don't think we're going inside the top 10 if we trade up. But once it hits 10, first of all, after 10, it starts to get a little weird. Anytime 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, you can hear that team traded with the Eagles. And then to know if we didn't trade, to build up to 22, my heart's going to be racing the whole time. I might have to have some Crown Rizzy for the draft while we do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
I will be for everybody watching, listening, and all that. We be live. Me, Gate City, Philly Fresh, and LB, combining BBP and G Talk. So it should be interesting. We'll be live on all the channels, so you can check them out wherever. But hey, I like what you got, Jay Kratz.
All right, I'll see you, Mike. You have a great rest of your day.
You too, bro. Enjoy.
Yep.
Okay, and last but not least, before we get to the mock draft, he came in and out like 3 times, but he made it right before I took the cutoff off. He came in right as I took the cut off the thing down. Hit the like button wherever you're watching. It's free, it's easy, don't cost a thing. Subscribe. Eagles mock draft after this. We might continue to call in for maybe 5 to 10 more people after this. But EC1, what's going on with you?
Hey, what's up, Mike? How you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm ready for the draft. Like I just told the last caller, man, I'm gonna have to need some Crown Rizzy a little bit because I think it's gonna be every pick. They take their time. They're gonna let the whole 15 minutes run down. I'm gonna be nervous.
Man, like I said, man, can we get a corner, please? I've been begging for a corner since the last time we drafted
Trade
one
up
was
for a corner or take a corner at 22.
trade up for a corner, man. Like the whole notion we got to stay back. I feel like the Howie Roseman is going for one of these young corners, and he's going to take one because you look at the next year, right? Slay's probably going to be gone. Robert's probably going to be gone. Everybody got to look at it's not about this year; it's all about the next few years down the road, right? You got a lot of decisions to make down the road, and you need a young corner to take Slay's place eventually, right? Because you're not going to pay him again, right? Terry Arnold just screams elite when I watch him. He has that dog mentality. And one thing about how Roseman is, and they just did this little post, which I think is very interesting before the draft, where they showed they posted on the IG, they posted Bama
the Bama toughness or our Bama a caption of Bama mentality. And they had Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, Landon Dixon. They had Steen, all in Eagles green before the draft. And I'm just wondering, is that a cue that they're going to move up to take one of these Alabama dudes? Because we always see they do some slick stuff. You know what I'm saying? They showed the Georgia and now they show Bama. You know, it makes me think, right? Did the Eagles actually think Terrion Arnold is the best corner in that draft? Do they think that he will be there at 22? Because I think for anybody who said that we're going to stay, you got to understand, Howie Roseman doesn't usually stay at a position. He usually moves up or he moves down. We've never seen Howie Roseman unless we see him sometimes, but he usually stays where he's at. And to get a corner like Terrion Arnold, to get a guy like Mitchell, you would help your team tremendously. Because let's be real, I don't know about you, but I'm not really comfortable with Bradbury coming back. The way he was tackling last year, the bad angles he had last year, it looks like he just fell off. I mean, I don't know how you go from a Pro Bowl to being horrendous. You know what I'm saying? And you look at these corners in this draft, it's like you got to get one. You got to get one. I think it's due to get a young corner in this building, right? We passed up on Sertan. We passed up on J.C. Horn. We passed up on how many corners we passed up on? You know what I'm saying? It's time to get a young corner, a number one corner. I'm not talking about number two, not number three. I'm talking about a young shutdown corner, right? A corner that's going to make your franchise be able to compete for Super Bowls because you need defense to stop guys like Mahomes. You need to be able to stop the receivers. And how do you do that? You got to draft, right? I wouldn't mind a linebacker, but I just think corner right now is a big need. Yes, I get Isaiah Rodgers is coming back. I get all that. But you still need a corner. You still need depth in that building. You can't just ignore it, right? I think corner is where the Eagles go. I truly believe it because I think receivers, since you signed Devontae Smith, do you go receiver in the first round? Only receiver I really want in that draft, honestly, is Marvin Harrison Jr. If I'm not getting him, I'm not risking a number one receiver on that board. You know what I'm saying? Only way I get a receiver in this draft if I get Marvin Harrison Jr., which I'm not. So I'd rather go the weakness in my secondary and get that fixed and build that secondary. Let the young guys learn. Like 500 said many times of views, which I agree. You gotta get young guys in this building. You gotta draft properly, and you gotta fix this corner situation. Because if I see another year where bad corners can't tackle or bad corners can't cover, it's just gonna be another situation. You gotta get younger, man. And I feel like Turner Arnold is that guy. I feel like he's going to. I'm not saying going to be an Eagle, but he just screams Eagle, man. So I'm excited, man. You never know what Howard Roseman's going to do. He might surprise us with another receiver, But I just think corner is where we go. I truly believe it. I don't know, man. I think your mic is muted. Is your mic muted?
Oh yeah, my mic is muted. Sorry, I didn't even know. Thank you. Regardless of where we go in the draft, I mean, regardless of what happens this year, right? With Bradbury and Slay, they are older. And just to say this, maybe people can bounce back or be extended for a year or two. I'm not here to say yes or no on that. But I am here to say this. If you don't go corner and Bradbury's bad again and Slay can't work out an extension, well, now you're like just depending on the youngsters that are already in the building. So I do believe like corner, there's a reason why Daniel Jeremiah said the Eagles have been one of the top teams to do their due diligence on corner. I think there are other corners in here, but to have a spectacular visit with Terrion Arnold, to know that he's a Bama product, which you've been successfully drafted from, Dickerson,
I mean, not
Smitty.
to, but the man said Brian Dawkins, man.
That fires me up.
I mean, he's so excited. Like he said, I look up to guys like Brian Dawkins, like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. I'm like, dude, that is just
He knows how to talk the talk, and that's talking the talk for sure. But you better be a shutdown in the NFL, especially for the Eagles. If you mention some of these guys and just the character they brought to their sport. Hey, so real quick before I get you out of here, because I do want to run this mock draft.
Mhm.
What is your idea for the second round? So if you go corner, you move up. You got to give up some stuff. But where are you going in the second round for a position or player or whatnot? Real quick,
Where would I go? I would go linebacker. Where I think the Eagles
linebacker.
were going to go? I think they go offensive line. I think they go offensive line. And you know, I want to go linebacker. I think if you don't get one in the first round, you got to get at least Jeremiah Child Jr. or Adrian Cooper. I mean, I'm sorry, but the Kobe Dean hype, I don't believe until I see it on the field. And I've given this guy many chances. I was excited for him to be on his team, but he can't stay healthy. And you can't have a guy that can't stay healthy start and be that vocal leader when he can't stay on the field. You have to be able to stay on the field, and he can't. He's dealing with injuries every year. Um, I'm hoping he can turn it around. I just don't think he can stay healthy. I think that he's a guy that has to prove it. And if I could get Edgin Cooper in that early second round, if I can get a Jeremiah Trudd Jr. or even a Peyton a Peyton what's his name
Peyton Willis.
Peyton Wilson Peyton
Wilson,
Wilson.
yeah.
I do it because I think Peyton Wilson's so underrated, and I think a lot of people don't talk about. But I could definitely see him being one of the Eagles' targets. I do. But I just think Edgin Cooper. That's another guy the Eagles love. They met with him many times. We've seen them met with him. They met with him in the combine. They met him in the Pro Bowl. I mean, not in the Pro Bowl. Senior Bowl. They met with him when they were meeting with him in Philadelphia. I mean, so it's going to be interesting, but I can see definitely the Eagles doing something out of this world. Like you
He
never
gets
know.
He gets Terry Arnold and then an early linebacker, and you're back to calling Howie the GOAT, right?
Oh, I've been calling Howie to go. Listen, we don't call Howie Roseman Clown anymore. That stuff is past.
That's the
I, I
that's
let
3 years ago, 4 years ago, right?
hey, Mike. You remember we made that bet a while ago, and Heidi kept on bringing it up if we drafted a linebacker, I said we weren't going to draft the linebacker, and if we did draft the linebacker, we had that little bet where I had to it would have been embarrassing to show my me running down with no pants on. I'm glad I didn't make that bet, but I'm glad I won that bet. You know what I'm saying? But I
I
truly
just
believe.
remember how much you were like one of the top guys who hated Howie Roseman back then. That's all I remember.
Hey, you know what? A lot of people got mad at me, but when you look at it, hey, listen, he's redeemed himself. I got nothing bad to say about Howie Roseman. Howie Roseman has done nothing wrong. He's actually done some great moves. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Do I like the blank shit move? Not really. But at the end of the day, you're not gonna like every move. He's still the GOAT, man. Look what he's done. Look what he's
Yeah.
done. He's done everything I asked him to do, man. And then there's rumors we might send AJ Brown. Like, come on, man. Howie Roseman is the best GM in football, man. Anybody says different or not literally watching him or just probably a Eagles hater, man. It
They're an
is what
NFC East fan, and they just hate us because they ain't us. But hey, yo, I
hey,
appreciate you for coming on,
appreciate
dropping some
it.
gems.
You know I ride with you, Mike. I had to come in there and talk some football, man, for sure.
Hey,
It's going
listen, go check him out on his own channel. All you gotta do is type in EC1 on YouTube, right?
Yes, sir.
All
Yes, sir.
right. He goes live a lot. Has a lot of rants, good ones and bad ones. You know what I mean? All right, enjoy.
Peace out, man. Go Birds.
Go Birds, always. All right, let's run this mock draft real quick. I'm gonna try to keep going back because listen, if I pull up the mock draft to move it, I can't see the comments. So, you know, we gonna try to see the comments and we gonna try to do both. Or actually, I'll pull it up on my phone too. So. All right, so we got it on my phone. Let's do this. Let's go to the mock draft. Of course, we taking the Eagles. We're gonna make it a 7-round mock. Do y'all think we should do more? Should I put public and pro football focus board in the middle, or should I put it all the way to pro football focus? What do y'all think I should do? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Pro football focus more, or put it in the middle. Care for positional values, I'll put it in the middle. Draft for need, put it up closer to more. Randomness, we'll put all the way down so there's less randomness. But do you think I should put public? We'll put it in the middle. All right, first two people say middle, so we're gonna rock middle. We'll do these quick, so we might do a couple because I can't listen to everybody. I'm gonna try to do a majority rules. So get your fingers ready to comment who we want and stuff, because I don't want to wait too long. You guys said middle. I ain't mad at it. So do you think we should put everything in the middle or just public versus pro football focus in the middle? We good there. Randomness less. Draft for need and care for positional value. Do you want me to keep them where they're at? Move them. Let me know as we get this ready. Let me pull up something real quick. All middle. So, okay, James wants all middle. He said this is the whack mock draft website. Pro Football Network is the one teams actually use. Interesting. This Pro Football Network is free. This is the one I actually you have to be subscribed to play, but they definitely rate players differently for sure. But yeah, okay. If you want, we'll do this one with everything in the middle, except for randomness, though. All right, here we go. Enter the draft. Should we stay at 22 for this one, or should we trade up? What do y'all want to do? Y'all want to try to trade up for this one, or do you want to stay at 22? See what happens. We do our draft at 22. Then maybe when we trade up, and when we trade back, let me know. EJ Kelly said it's updated more. Respect. I'm not set up for Pro Football Network. I probably can just pull it up if you want. We could do one. So we'll stay at 22 for this one. We'll stay at 22 for this one, and we'll see what happens. Let's start the draft. Bang. Here we go. And the Eagles are on the board. Let's take a quick look. Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Marvin Harrison, Malik Neighbors, Joe ALT, Rome. Wow, he went at 7. Brock Bowers at 8. Quinyon Mitchell at 9. Fugaga, whatever, a tackle for the Jets from Oregon State at 10. JJ McCarthy at 11. That's crazy. Latu went at 12. Cooper DeJean at 13. Dallas Turner 14. Terrion Arnold 15. So remember that if we do want to come up and make sure we get him. Byron Murphy, Troy Fatanu, JC Latham, a guy that the Eagles could take from Alabama as well. He's somebody on the board. Jared Verse at 20, man. Moving up to 19 and taking Jared Verse will make a lot of people happy. But here we go. Eagles on the board. And I need to know from y'all, who do you like off top? Off top of the head, who are y'all liking? Y'all said stay put. Now here we go. Amarius Mims, A. Mitchell, Graham Barton, Nate Wiggins, Brian Thomas Jr., Kool-Aid McKinstry, Jackson Power Johnson, a guy who can play center and guard. So now you go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Juergens, you want to play guard? Cool. Jackson Powers Johnson, you play center. You want to switch? You guys can switch. They're not going to play eeny, meeny, miny, mo, though. They're going to get a position, but it's good to say that. So let's see what y'all said. Someone said, okay, we got one Mims. We got Andrew said Mims or Kool-Aid, safety, Wiggins, Mims or Kool-Aid, Adonis Mitchell, Mims, gotta go Coop now. I gotta go Coop now. Mims, Nate Wiggins, Kool-Aid, Nate, Kool-Aid, Coop, Mims. Trade back and get an extra second round pick. Mims, Coop. So far, it looks like, I don't know, man. Kool-Aids and Nate and Mims are the top 3. Keep them going. I want to see. Kool-Aid, Mims, and Wiggins have been said a lot. Kool-Aid starting to take the lead. Sight coming in with a Wiggins. CJ says Mims. Here comes Mims. But hey, no spamming. CJ, just because you say Mims 3 times, it doesn't count. I'm trying to look at the majority rules. We're going to do multiple ones, and I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to take a picture of each one, And I'm going to post all 2 or 3 on my community post saying this was the live mock. We have 3 different versions because I'm trying to listen to everybody. Looks like Kool-Aid's winning. So here we go. With the first pick in the with the Eagles' first pick, they draft Kool-Aid McKinstry, cornerback out of Alabama. Kool-Aid fans got the dub there. Cooper DeJean was off the board. He went in the teens. So if everybody was talking about Cooper for Cooper DeJean, he went in the teens. If you talk about Edrin Cooper, can't do that early. Here we go. Eagles are on the board again at 50. And the board looks like this. Javon Bullard, safety out of Georgia. Jonathan Brooks, running back out of Texas. TJ Tampa, corner out of Iowa State. Blake Corin, running back out of Michigan. Jaden Hicks, safety out of Washington State. Jonah Ellis, cornerback, edge out of Utah. Kamir Lastier, cornerback out of Georgia. You got the edge rusher, Chris Bassell. You do got Edrin Cooper down here, which I don't know why Pro Football Focus always has him on the board, but where are we going? Are we going Cooper right now? Are we going Javon Bullard? Are we going Jaden Hicks? Where are we going? Let's see what y'all said. Andrew said, why not make a poll? I should make a poll, but I don't know how to make a poll. I don't know how to make a poll on the live chat. Do I know how to? I don't know how to do that. Edge, stay, Mims, or trade. Y'all still talking about the first round. Let's see what y'all say for the second. Okay, we see a lot. Here we go. Cooper, Bullard, Cooper, lock it up. Bullard, Cooper at 53. Cooper, Bullard. Now, look, I know y'all like Cooper a lot, but playing with this mock draft a couple times, I believe you could get Cooper at 53. We can get Cooper at 53. I'm gonna say we should be able to, for the simple fact they have him all the way down here, and we're only a couple picks away. So what y'all take on picking Cooper now? Bullard will be off the board. Drew said Edrin Cooper. Now we're getting a lot of Bullard. We already drafted Kool-Aid McKinstry. Coop equals Parsons. I'm with you. I just played with this so many times. I think we can get both of them. I think we can get Javon Bullard and we can get Cooper. I'll scroll down and see who's all available. Again, Javon Bullard, Jonathan Brooks, TJ Tampa, Blake Corin, Jaden Hicks, Jonah Ellis, Kamir Lastard, K whatever, Chris Broswell, Edrin Cooper, Christian Haynes, Darius Robinson, Malachi Corley, Marshawn Keeneland. Again, I think you can get Javon Bullard and still come back because we're picking the 2 picks later and get Edrin Cooper. But I want to make sure that's what y'all want. Eagles said, come on, I didn't pick. And Wiggins was second. There was a lot of people saying Kool-Aid, a lot of people saying Wiggins, and a lot of people saying Mims. But the Kool-Aid came down more. He said, why risk Cooper? So y'all want to draft Cooper. Bullard won't be there. He won't be there, but here we go. Y'all said Cooper. Gotta go Cooper. Oh, and he is there. So there we go. TJ Tampa and Darius Robinson come off the board in between. So who do you want to go for your third pick, which is second round pick number 2? Who do y'all like? Xavier Worthy's the top. Let's look at again. I'm liking safety, Javon Bullard. But if we go to wide receiver for the wide receiver people, they got Malachi Corley, Xavier Worthy, Jermaine Burton. To the receivers on the board. Let's see what y'all been saying. I keep forgetting I can check the thing. Who's the best available edge? The best available edge is Jonah Ellis, edge out of Utah. That's the best available. But I do think they got Chris Broswell still on the board, which is the edge from Alabama. Let's see what y'all saying. Trade down. Oh, no, okay. Take Bullard. Okay, a couple Worthies. Okay, Worthy's starting to kick up. So right now it's between Javon Bulliard and Xavier Worthy. What it looks like. Bully over Worthy. We can get a wide receiver 3 next pick. Let's see what y'all say. Come on. He said cornerback factory or Bull. Okay, Bull, you're starting to win. Starting to beat out Worthy. Worthy went on a nice little stream for a minute, but here we go. Safety out of Georgia. I talked about him in my last video. He's a dog, not just because he comes from the dogs. There we go. So this is going to be our stay still. This is going to be our stay still draft. Then we'll do one trading up and we'll do one trading back. So far, the Eagles draft Kool-Aid McKinstry, Edrin Cooper, and Javon Bulliard. That is the draft thus far. Let's take a look at what we got here. Okay, we're on the clock at 120. Blake Watson, Isaiah Davis. They're the 2 running back, 3 top running backs. Braylon Allen, Tavondre Sweat, Josh Sweat's brother, defensive interior from Texas. They got a lot of running backs sitting here, a couple linebackers, a center. If you want to look at the best wide receiver now on the board, we can look at it. What do y'all want me to do? What do y'all want me to look? Best edge or safety? We did just take a safety. But we could look at the best edge. Let's do it. Let's look at the best edge real quick. The best edge on the board is Muhammad Kamara, edge out of Colorado State. Gabriel Murphy, edge out of UCLA. Javonte Jean Baptiste, edge out of Notre Dame. Nelson Cesar, edge out of Houston. I don't think you want to go down any further than that. If you want to look at the best safety, even though we just drafted a safety, y'all want to draft 2 safeties? Let's see what you're saying. Wide receiver or offensive tackle? A lot of y'all saying Sweat. Take Tavondre Sweat, defensive interior. Let's take a look at wide receiver real quick for y'all. Where is it now? Oh, there it is. Wide receiver, Taj Washington, Isaiah Williams, Luke McCaffrey, the sleeper that 3 people commented on my video the other day. Christian McCaffrey's brother, who's a wide receiver. We got Johnson, Jaquan Jackson, Jalen Cooker. Whoa, that's crazy. Pause. There's the wide receivers. Let's go to all again. If you want to go to offensive tackle, we got Isaiah Adams, Caden Wallace, Christian Jones, Walter Rouse. Let's see what y'all saying. Kamara. Drew, he's off the board already. So, okay, let's see. Let me move back a little bit. A lot of people were saying, let's just go to best overall now again. A lot of people in the chat are saying McCaffrey, Corley, Kamara. Kamara's gaining a lot of steam. Chop Robinson is gone. We are at pick 120. Pick 120 for the Eagles. We drafted Kool-Aid McKinstry, Edrin Cooper, and Javon Bulliard. Where are y'all mindset now at pick 120? He said Sweat or Allen. Sweat or Allen. You want to go running back? Corley? So McCaffrey and Sweat were gaining some steam. So was Kamara. Come on. Comment who you think we should take at 120. Tavondre Sweat. Who else do we say? Tavondre Sweat, McCaffrey, or Braylon Allen. It's hard to do this because we get so many people saying one thing, so many people saying the other. Allen or Sweat, McCaffrey. There is a lot of Sweats. Where's Corley again? Wide receiver? Is Corley a wide receiver? Or no, he's the defensive end. Edge. Where's Corley? There has been a lot of sweats. Kamara sweat. All right. We're going to go back to the top and take Tavondre Sweat. Here we go. And Eagles are back on the board at 161. 161. What y'all thinking? I probably like to guard Zach Zinter. You get some offensive line help. Let Stoutland mold him a little bit. What are y'all thinking right here? Yak King for wide receiver. I appreciate you, Antonio Holmes. Running back or tight end. Y'all don't want to go guard here. Let's go to wide receiver and see who's on the board. Looks like Corley is gone. You got these wide receivers available. You want to go to tight end? That's the tight ends on the board. Let's go back to all. Okay, so now we got people want to look at tight ends, but we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Zinters in a row. Guard out of Michigan. You can get him at the 161 pick. He gets the greatest offensive line coach ever to coach him. I like it. We'll go Zinter at pick 161. Let's see what we got next. We're going to do another one where we can either trade up or trade back. The Eagles are on the clock at 210. 210. You got linebacker Trevin Wallace on the board. You got another safety, corner, center, linebacker, running back. You got the cornerback from Penn State, Kalen King, who's fallen all the way down to here. Don't know how, don't know why, but where do you think we should go, guys? Eagles Lana said if Sweat's there, you take him. Wallace, linebacker out of Kentucky. That's what y'all want? Wallace or Kalen King? King or Wallace? King, Wallace, or Oladapo? You don't got to trade up. We're on the clock. So what we doing? We're on the clock. Kalen King. King, Oladapo, or Wallace? That's 5 Kings in a row. Wallace easily, says my guy Antonio Holmes. We do get another pick, I believe, soon. Need linebackers more than corners? Make a good point, but the King people are winning. What running backs are available? I'll pull it up real quick. Right now, King is winning. Cody Schrader from Missouri, Kamari Vidal from Troy, Isaac G from Louisville, Rashad Ali from Marshall, Dylan from New Hampshire. Okay, some Wallace people coming up. Wallace. King is trash. What other corners? Corner, they have Camille Hayden out of Tennessee, and then Kalen King, and then Naheem Pritchett, and Josh Newton, and Johnny Dixon, and Dwight McGlover. Isaac G's his vote. Isaac G. Y'all both want Isaac G? I'm going to go Wallace. I think the running back will be there next. So we'll go linebacker out of Kentucky. And now we're on the clock again at 172, and Kalen King is still on the board. So, King or Isaac G? King or Isaac G? Cornerback Kalen King or running back Isaac G? We already took Zinter. We have another pick after this. Oladapo, King, Oladapo or King? Or Cody Schrader, Isaac G? What we got? We still got one more pick after this. Missouri running back, G. Mike, can we look at our picks? Let's see if we can look at our picks. Well, we're going to be able to look at our picks very soon. We drafted McKinstry in the first round, Cooper in the second, Bulliard in another second, then Zach Zinter at guard. Then we took, I'm not even sure, King and Slow. Everybody cooked them. What receivers? We need someone bad there. We didn't draft a receiver here, so let's go to receivers, actually. Yeah, we didn't draft a receiver. Here's the receivers. Which receiver y'all like? Running back or wide receiver? I think Isaac G will be there at 210. He said Oladapo was the leader of that defense, can cover tight ends and slots like CJ GJ. Okay. Franklin from Ole Miss. That's the wide receiver you want? Best wide receiver available? He said those wide receivers are terrible. We could definitely go wide receiver earlier next draft. He said none. I don't want none of them receivers. All right, let's get out of receiver then go back to all. Want to see the all right, so I think right now Oladapo. So it looks like Oladapo, King, or Isaac G. Andrew said Garado's final answer. Check tight end. Y'all killing me. Check tight end real quick. Tip Riemann, AJ Barner, Tanner M, Trey Knox, Jack Westover. That's who we got. So let me know. What are we doing? Isaac G, Kalen King, and or y'all let me know. The running back for MD, Notre Dame. Whoever y'all want. Barner at the tight end position. Looks like a lot of people want Isaac G. I think he'll be there at 210. I don't think we got to draft him at 170, but Isaac G's down here. So where we going? Go ahead. Final pick for this round. Drop it in the chat quickly. First one to hit the 4 or 5, we gonna take. First one we see with a bunch of them. we're gonna take? Oladapo now. I love how y'all. So far, Isaac is winning. Isaac G's winning. All right. Y'all wanted him. We got him. Isaac G from Louisville. And now let's run it down. Run it down. Here's the last pick. Last pick for the Eagles. We can go Tip Riemann or AJ Barner, tight end. We can finish it out with a tight end. How y'all feel about that? I know my guy's upset. Shout out to my guy. I'm definitely going to watch a lot of Oladapo's tape, though, in case he's a real possibility. The Eagles don't go secondary too much early, and he's sitting there in the latter rounds. My guy was really wanting Oladapo. I love the energy you brought in for Oladapo, though, for real, for real. The Broncos picked up the fifth-year option on Patrick Surtain. Interesting. James said great blocker who can pass catch too. So what y'all want to do? AJ Barner, Tip Riemann, or Jesse McLean? We did just take a running back already. We took a running back, so no reason to go back-to-back running backs. Trey Bradbury, I'm with you. Shout out to Known X though. He's real on it with the guys he wants. So it looks like we'll take Barner and end this draft. Next one, we want to trade up or trade back. We'll go quicker, though. I'm going to need y'all to type quicker, though, because we're going to go quick. This one took a little longer than I thought. Here's our draft. It got a B via Pro Football Focus's grade. But here we go. Kool-Aid McKinstry, Edgerrin Cooper. We're always going to get a bad grade for taking Edgerrin Cooper in the second round this early. It is what it is. But Javon Boulier was an A. Tavondre Sweat was a C+. Zach Zinner, C+. Trevin Wallace was an A-. Isaac G was a D+ here. I think if we take Isaac G here, we get a better one. But AJ Barner, C+. It turned out to a B. That is our first one. And I'm going to take a picture of it, because I'm going to put these on the community post. All right. Y'all ready? Bullock or Bulliard, you're trying to say? All right, let's redo this. So, again, just put in the chat, trade up or trade back? Trade up or trade back? I need to know where y'all stand for this next draft. Should we trade up or should we trade back? I need to know for this next one. Trade up or trade back? Let me know. Let me know. Trade back. Trade a 12 for Quinyon back. So we got it's 1-1. Trade up, trade back. Okay, it's trade up got 2. Trade back got 2. Whatever gets to 8 first, 5 first. Trade up got 3. Trade back got 3. Up got 4. And I believe up just 1. Josh said back too many. Josh said back, but he kept saying it. So we going to trade up. Where do you want to trade up to? What pick do you think we got to get up to get? And who we getting? Quinyon or Terrian? I'm on a Terrian Arnold wagon now. Was on Quinyon for a while. Still think he's a great player, but I'm on Terrian Arnold. Where do you think we got to trade up? Josh said, damn, you caught me, Mike. Yeah, look, I see you. Don't worry. If we do this one quick enough, we'll have a trade back one next. 12-14. Shout out to my guy, No. Arnold's my guy. Trade up for what? Man, y'all got to stop smoking before y'all come on here. We trading up for a corner. What you mean, dog? Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. So let's go. Let's say trade up to pick. Pick 13. Should we do pick 13? Can we get 12 for 53? Andrew, are you a Quinyon Mitchell or a Terry and Arnold guy? But hold on, let's see something. Let's go to 13. 14. Let's see 13. If we give we get 13, you give 22 and 53. They would definitely take that. 22, 161, and 160. They're not messing with that. Okay, 22, 120, and a third for next year. A second for next year. Oof. What do y'all want to trade? 120 and a third for next? They won't do it. They'll only do a second for next. So do you want to give up 22, 120, and a second round for next year? Or do you want to give up 22 and 53 and maybe move up a little bit more? Third and fifth? %. They not really trying to have it. 22 and 53 and get 12? I think we can get Terry on Honor though with 13. With 53, they say not too good. Let's see 50. Oh, never mind. I'm not even clicking it. They will do that. They will do 53 too. Shoot, we could probably go up even earlier, but I don't think we got to. Got to pay the cost to get your guy. I'm with you. I'm not trying to give up these 2 years seconds though. I'm trying to give up a second for next year, to be honest. So let's go to Las Vegas. Y'all down for this trade? The Las Vegas Raiders give us the 13 overall pick. We give them the 22, 120, and next year's second round pick. And we get to keep, that means our 2 for this year. Are y'all down for this trade? I don't want to lose a second, but Quinyon Arnold, Quinyon, and they're both worth it. Yeah. All right. Looks like y'all down. Stu said, hell no. So you rather keep your second and 120 and give up 53? You could keep your second for 2025 and keep 120, but then you got to give up 53. Here we get to keep both our second round picks. Hey, Eagle has landed. We just did a mock draft where we stayed. We kept all our picks. We kept all our picks and went 22, 50, 53, 120, 161. We got to do some type of move up for this draft because I want to have a stay still draft, a move up draft, and a trade back draft. I want to have them all documented for the community post. So we got to trade up here. But where are we trading up to? We got both second round picks kept for this year. We just got to give up our next one. I'm not trading up for that. So what are you trading up for? Tell me what you think is good enough, Stu. Because if you don't do the second round pick, they say no. Third, they're not having it. Maybe that. 43%. How about this? There we go. Shoot. How about that? I mean, how about that? I hear you on that. How about that? There you go. How about that? If they're willing to take it, they're willing to take it. We trade 22 and 210, but we got to give up a second year, a 2025 second round pick. That's a 77% chance. How about that? Fire away. Okay, y'all can do with that. Okay, Antonio Holmes said the same thing. Trade Jordan Davis. Dang, y'all rude. Here we go. We're moving up to 13. Terry and Arnold still be there on the board. Oh, I got to offer trade first. And it's not accepted. So they say 77% and they still didn't accept it. All right, they got to accept this one. Trade accepted. They wouldn't do 210, but they took 172. See you later, 2025 second round pick, but it's for a good cause. Are y'all ready? Start the draft. And here we are. Scared me for a second. The Eagles are on the board at 13. Wide receiver, linebacker, and defensive back is what PFF is saying. We got Cooper DeJean, Jay Newton, Byron Murphy, Terry and Arnold, Troy Fontanu, Dallas Turner, J.C. Latin, Jared Verse. We got a lot of people on the board. I think we trade up for big old Terry on, but let me know. Who did we trade up for? Terry and Arnold? Did we do it for him? I would have done it for him. It's for Arnold. Michael said Cooper. Let's go. I need to see a lot of Arnolds, Dennis, whatever the majority rules. Here we go. A lot of Arnolds. Come on. Spectacular top 30 visit. Compared itself to B-Dog. This is what we doing. Here we go. Terry and Arnold out of Alabama is our trade up drafty. Here we go. Eagles on the board at 50. Eagles on the board at 50. What we doing? Are we going safety again, or what are we doing? Javon Bulliard, Edrin Cooper still on the board. We going to trade our 53 back a little bit. Who wants to trade the 53rd pick back a little bit to get more picks? Y'all want Cooper now, right? Cooper. Well, look, no, we took Terry on Arnold over Dallas Turner, even though you probably want to do that. Take Coop and trade back on 53. Take Coop and trade back on 53, or maybe take a wide receiver. Let's see wide receivers available. Malachi Corley, Xavier Worthy, Jermaine Burton. That's the wide receivers available. Hey, I'm a big Ben Sinnott. I like Ben Sinnott out of Kansas State, to be honest. And you know how the Eagles are with the tight ends. We could easily draft a tight end in this draft. So y'all want to get Cooper and then trade back. Cooper. Love Corley, but not at 50. Thanks. I hear you. So Edrin Cooper stays winning the second pick, even though they give us a bad grade for it. Here we go. Boom. Now we're back on the block again. Now, would y'all want to draft Xavier Worthy here or move back? That's the question. If you want to go wide receiver early, do you want to take Xavier Worthy here or move back? He's off the board, Drew. Rick Pearsall's off the board already. So we got Terry and Arnold with a trade up. We got Edrin Cooper. Do y'all want Xavier Worthy or trade back? Get some more picks and then pick receiver. We won, take a quarter in the first round. This is the Philly Talk Podcast chat mock draft, not Howie. Trade back. Okay, y'all want to trade back? Let's take a look at some of the trade backs. Trade. Where y'all want to trade back to? You said around pick 70, around 75. Let's see who's all picking there. We'll do the Jets. 72 with the Jets. How about 72 with the Jets? Y'all like that? He said if we wait, the wide receivers are going to be going again. So, yeah, let me know before I pull the trigger. Trade back to 75, between 75 and 90, or draft Xavier Worthy. Let's see, 81. We'll take 81. Give up 53 and 102 and 118. Lord have mercy, that's a lot. What y'all thinking? Okay, now there's a lot of worthies in the chat. Right when I was about to make the trade back, 53 for 81, 102, and 118 to get a bunch of some stuff. Now we see a lot of don't trade it. Wide receivers worthies, Malachi Corley or Xavier Worthy. Keon Coleman's off the board already. Wow, now it's getting pretty even. I got to go majority rules. Trade back and get more picks, or Xavier Worthy. Xavier Legette is not on the board. These are the top receivers on the board right here. You can see on the screen. Trade back starting to get Garner Steen again. Trade back. Worthy's all hype. Here's the thing about the trade, though. For the person that said trade next year's pick, I already gave up next year's second. We already gave up next year's second round pick to go up. That being said, if we give up pick 53, if we give up pick 53, let's see again. 77. Dang, they'll give us all this? Oh, it's with the Raiders again? We're not trading this to two back-to-back with the Raiders. I don't know. Do you think they will do this trade? Y'all think I can try? They can reject it. But right now it's saying they'll take 53 for 80, 97, and 115. Hey, listen. If it's a really, really bad trade, they will not accept it. That's what PFF is supposed to do. So I didn't put no forced trade. You can clearly see it's not clicked. Should I do this trade? Are y'all down for this? Van said, we trying to cook like Howie. Are y'all down for trading 53 for 80, 97, and 115? I need to see more than one person say do it. That's two. James said, I'm not eating what y'all cooking. Hey, shout out to James for keeping it humorous in here too, though. Okay, that's 3 trades, 4 trades. Okay, Shane's the last one said do it. Now watch him say no. And it's accepted. Sheesh, talk about getting draft picks. 53 was sucks to give up, but dang, that's a lot of picks. Should have maybe got one more. Resume draft. Eagles are on the board at 80. Trey Benson, running back out of Florida State. Bucky Irvin, Kalen Bullock, safety out of USC. More running backs. Jalen McMillan, wide receiver out of Washington. I do love him in the slot. Jay Hunt, edge out of Houston. Austin Booker, another edge. Malik Washington, wide receiver out of Virginia. Someone just talked about him on the stream. Where y'all going? Where y'all going? Andrew says McMillan. He said trade back up. Just kidding. Y'all trying to get Howie fired. Grind time. Andrew said McMillan, perfect slot. Kyrie Jackson, my favorite guy in this range. Kyrie Jackson. That's the cornerback out of Oregon. James said, I'm going home. Eric Allen, tight end out of Iowa. We getting some mixed reviews here. We are at pick 80 off a trade. Where we going, guys? I need more. I need majority rules. Andrew said McMillan or Benson. Brendan Rice, wide receiver out of USC. Let's see if he's on the board. Let's go to wide receiver. Brendan Rice is still on the board. So is Anaya Smith. Jalen McMillan is the top guy. I like McMillan's tape a lot. Anaya Smith is still on the board. Brendan Rice is on the board. Malik Washington's still on the board. Y'all want to go running back at number 80? Here we go. What we doing? I need to know. There's so many people just saying one name and no one's co-signing with them. I need to get some majority. I need to get some of the same names ran off at the same time. Running back, safety, cornerback out of Oregon, even though we already got a top-notch one. Eric Allen out of tight end out of Iowa. Where we going? We got 3 Kyries. Pretty Mimi. Known. I don't see the... Andrew said Kyrie's solid, but where do you see all them Kyries, bro? I go Kyrie and then Brendan Rice. Remember, we got pick 90 something too. Brendan Rice might be there at 90. What tight end is left? Allen, Eric Allen is Eric Allen. He said, you better take Jerry Rice's son. Get the slot wide receiver now. The pressure's too much. I can't handle this. Y'all killing me. I did see a lot of Kyrie's after Known said it. Pretty Mimi said it too. Ace Boogie coming in saying pick McMillan, played against top-notch talent and on a big stage this year. Rice, a later round target, if still there, plus wide receiver. The perfect is a slot to pass up. He's gonna, Isaac G's gonna be there around 200 or 170. I know y'all want to go Rice, but we could go Rice after this pick. I think we could still take something else and then Rice. We are picking at number 97. Rice is far down. Look. Rice is far down. Who's left at edge? Here's the edges left. Houston, Jalex Hunt. These are the remaining edges. Mama E in the building. What's going on with you? We haven't picked a safety yet. I think our picks have been, again, we traded 50 to get here. We have Terrion Arnold, Edrin Cooper, and that's it so far. Y'all want to take a look at safety? Take a look at safety. Kalen Bullock. I like Cole Bishop as a later round pick. Cole Cowboys in the building. You like Cole Bishop now? Andrew said, try. Lord have mercy. All right. Final countdown. No spamming. Everybody put who they want at 80. We looked at safety. We looked at edge. We looked at all. We looked at tight end. Put in the chat who you want. If anybody reaches 4 or 5, if nobody reaches 4 or 5, whoever I see the most, just no spamming. Drop it in the chat right now. Grind Time said y'all traded and got stuck. Yeah, that's crazy. All right, so Andrew's a McMillan person. I know he's been rocking. We'll talk about 90 something after that. McMillan, Jackson, Kitchens, Rice, Benson, Rian. Oh my God. Bucky, Rice. We got 2 Rices. We got 2 Kitchens though. McMillan. Y'all killing me. So close. Y'all just really hurt me. Nobody for the tight end? Kyrie Jackson. I see a couple of them. I'll break the tie. Take McMillan. Take McMillan. And we not taking a Brendan Rice later. That's the thing. Right now, you can get another defensive player and then go back and get Brendan Rice, who's going to be there at 90 or 1 something. Maybe not 1 something. Andrew sound like McMillan more than Worthy. See, Kyrie Jackson and McMillan both of them won't be there for 97. This is breaking me. That middle picks have people 2 undecided. All right. I'm going to break it down to these 3. All right, so we go McMillan, Jackson, or Bullock. McMillan, Jackson, or Bullock. McMillan, Jackson, or Bullock. There we go. Run it down. McMillan, Jackson, or Bullock. And then remember, we picked like 15 picks later. 15 picks later, we got 80, 90 something, and 112. All right, so Jackson, Bullock, McMillan. And this is why you trade better, more quality picks. Howie's going to shock everyone and get the Texas D tackle. Sweat. Could. So Jackson, Bullock, McMillan. Jackson got 2. McMillan got 2. Bullock got 1. McMillan got 3 now. If you love the Eagles, you put a trade. I hate y'all. It's a love-hate relationship doing this. This is not as fun as I thought it was going to be. I remember now, last year I was struggling too sometimes. First draft went all right, I guess. Ish. Grind Time said, didn't we take Eric? You're right. McMillan got the picks, plus we did take a corner, so we're going to go draft McMillan. There it is. At 80. Wide receiver McMillan. And here we go. We're back on the board at 97. And look who's still on the board. Tight end Eric Allen, who some of y'all wanted. But so is linebacker Jeremiah Trotter. Do we double dip at linebacker for the future here? Do we double dip at linebacker for the future? Here's the best available. Eric Allen, tight end out of Iowa. Guard Mason McCorrick. Jeremiah Trotter. You get a center, Cedric Van Pran. Tyrone Tracy. Tight end Cade Stover. He's a decent. Ben Sinnott is still on the board. This is the tight end I want if we go tight end. I love this guy. Stu Vision said horrible pick. I know my man wanted Brendan Rice. Stu, he could kill me for that. I ain't mad at the game. Y'all want Jeremiah Trotter? Jeremiah Trotter at pick 97. How y'all feel about that? We do pick at number 115. 115 and 120. I don't know if Ben Sinnott will be on the board there. I'm a big fan of Ben Sinnott's. But Jeremiah Trotter is on the board at 97 due to the fact that we traded 53 for pick 80, 97, and 115. Stu, you don't like Trotter at 97? Pretty Mimi wants Trotter, Andrew wants Trotter, Antonio wants Ben Sinnott. We already took Coop, but Jackson wasn't an option because of Arnold. I hear you, but I think again we still got a lot of question marks at linebacker. Like other than Devin White, like do we know what's going to happen with Nakobe Dean? We drafted Cooper, so no. We already got Cooper. You're right, but linebacker, we got Devin White, Nakobe Dean, and Edrin Cooper right now. That's it. We didn't re-sign Zach Cunningham. We don't have the other boy. Like you could double dip linebacker in this draft, but y'all saying no one tried. Sinnott already got Cooper. We said grind time. I like Sinnott, but I don't know if he's better than Eric Allen, who's at the top of the list. I'm not really familiar with Eric Allen's game, but I'm a big Ben Sinnott guy. I don't even know why he's down here. I think that's ridiculous, to be honest. Dang, see, Brendan Rice is still here. Brendan Rice will be here for a minute. Trotter isn't that good? Sheesh. We got a lot of depth guys at linebacker. I'll go elsewhere, to be honest. Okay, so where y'all want to go? We're pick 97. Do y'all want to go tight end? Do y'all want to go guard, offensive line? We already grabbed the receiver. Where y'all want to go? What y'all want to look at? Kitchen, safety, Miami? Cameron Kitchens? Y'all want the safety out of Miami? Cameron Kitchens? Senate got like 6 votes. I did see a couple, but I don't know about 6. Some people be putting them twice. All right, so here we go. Safety Kitchens, tight end Sinnott, or tight end Allen. So we got one Cam, we got another kid, we got a couple Kitchens. We got Sinnott, and tight end will be decent. There's two tight ends we could pick from: Eric Allen or Ben Sinnott. Kitchens will be their next pick. Maybe Kitchens will. Sinnott is far down too, but it's close. I gotta see the next couple. The next couple names are gonna pull it out for me. Ben Sinnott or Cameron Kitchens. We are picking again soon. All right. We're gonna go Sinnott. Ben Sinnott out of Kansas State. And the Eagles are on the board again at 115. What we looking at now? Do y'all want to look at the safety Kitchens now? And he's off the board. I like Cole Bishop though here for safety. But shout out to the people who wanted Kitchens. I'm sorry I broke y'all. What we looking at? The tackle out of Pittsburgh looks good to me. Matt Goncalves, or how you ever say his name. I like that. I like that. Tavondre Sweat is still here. Cole Bishop, even though they have the other one rated higher. What we doing here? Tavondre Sweat? Who likes Tavondre Sweat? I like the tackle out of Pittsburgh, too. You know we got to get some O-line. Ace Boogie said Sweat. Known said Bishop Sweat. Anthony says Sweat. Kitchens is off the table now. Bullock. Come on, chat. I need some more answers from y'all. Sweat looking big in the chat. Off the grip. Andrew says Sweat too. So that's 1, 2. Kitchens is off the table now. Kitchens is off the table at safety. Josh Sweat, brother. Okay. Y'all want it? This was the quickest one we had to pick. Tavondre Sweat at 15. But look, in 5 spots, we're picking again because we got multiple draft picks by trading 53. Tavondre Sweat. And now here we go again. Look, the board is the same. Board is dang near the same. Even though my Pittsburgh guy came off right before us. The tackle. Y'all want to go Cole Bishop here now? Who's left at safety? This is pick 120. We drafted a lot of people. Let's look at safety. The 2 Utah safeties are there. Same with Oladapo, Oregon State safety. What we doing? O-line probably to move. Hey, be easy, bro. We'll be live for the real draft. Come through. So what y'all want to do? Y'all want to look at an offensive lineman or a safety here? Let's look at a guard or a tackle. We took Sweat. Bishop works. Anybody else? Anybody else? Safety Bishop works for me too. Or do you want one of these guard/tackles? Let's look. Oh, what am I doing? Y'all want to go Bishop or do you want to go Trevor Keegan? 2 Bishops, no Trevor Keegan. We did draft a receiver. For the person saying Brendan Rice, we drafted Jalen McMillan at 80. I don't know if we'll draft 2 receivers here. Could use a safety, though. Let's see what y'all said real quick. Y'all leaving it at that. So we'll take Cole Bishop. Safety out of Utah. This is pick 161. These are the top players on the board. Nelson Caesar, edge out of Houston. What y'all thinking about him? Trevin Wallace, Braden McGregor, edge out of Michigan. I like him too. What y'all thinking? Anthony said I'm cool with Bishop. Trevin said yes, sir. What y'all thinking? Edge, old lineman. I like either the guard from Michigan, Zach Zinner, or the edge for Michigan, Braden McGregor. Which one y'all like better? Or who do you like better that's on this list? Getting Arnold and Edge Cooper already makes this draft perfect. It really does. Low key. Zinner's still available. That could be the guard that we need. You know how he's going to draft a guard. Here we go. Zinter. Every time. Just makes the draft look perfect in the middle. And you got the potential of Zinter plus the best offensive line coach ever. So I'm not mad at it. Y'all want to go Zinter? Grind time, Andrew. Anthony, you feel you good with Zinter? Guard out of Michigan. Antonio Holmes said Zinter too. Let's do it. We're on the board again at 171. Here we go. Let's look down a little bit. We can still draft a running back later. Who y'all like? Trevin Wallace, K. Oladapo, or Kalen King? Who y'all like out of these 3? Okay, y'all want his dinner? We got it. Late to the chat or life. Get Brendan Rice. He fell off the board. We did draft a wide receiver, Jalen McMillan. Brendan Rice stayed on the board for a while, but we just couldn't pull it out. So if you would have been here, you might have pushed it. Y'all, who wants Trevin Wallace? Pretty Mibby, Antonio Holmes dropping the Wallace in the chat. That's 2 in a row. Isaac G's that boy got wheels. And he's a bruiser too, but we can get him with the 200th pick, I believe. We can get him. Who do you like? Who do you like out of Wallace, Oladapo, or Kalen King? JD from Notre Dame is good too. Okay. JD Burt. Okay, so who we like better, JD or Trevin Wallace? JD Burton, or Trevin Wallace? We already took Zinter. So far, we got 2 Wallaces, but Antonio's down for JD too. Let me know. Chat, we need you. Okay, that's the third Wallace. We're going Wallace. Linebacker out of Kentucky, add some depth there. And now the Eagles go down to 210. And I said he would be there, but he's not. I lied. It's a horrible job for me. Y'all want to look at the running backs? Ugh. Isaac G is off the table. That's my fault, y'all. So what we doing with this last pick? Y'all want to just get a linebacker? Jace McLean out of Alabama. Y'all want to look at best available? There's a tight end, Tip Reeman out of Illinois. Tight end, AJ Barner. He ended out. Tackle out of Utah or Marshall. What we looking at? Gore Jr., is he available right now? Frank Gore Jr. out of Southern Miss. Y'all down for that? We got McLean. We got 2 McLeans or 2 Mix, whatever how you say his name. And we got 1 Frank Gore Jr. Give Stout some more young guys. Jameis Williams, safety out of Miami. We went safety, but I mean, you could always get it as a flyer in the 7th. Where we going? Last pick of the draft. Ugh. Oh, shoot. Okay, so McLean, however you say his name, is gaining some tension. Stan just said Dylan, JD Burton. We already picked. Pretty Mimi said, all right, I think she flips the script. She flipped the script with the last one. There we go. We'll take the running back out of Alabama. When in doubt, go Alabama, right? And the draft is this one's pretty good too. So I'm gonna put both of them up. We stayed at 22 for the first draft. We moved up and back for this draft. It's also a B. I'm trying to get it where I can see as much. We don't got to see what we traded, I guess. I'll just explain it out loud. Here we go. Let's take a picture of it. Here we go. Terrion Arnold, Edrin Cooper. We move off of 53 to get 80, 97, and 115 and get Jalen McMillan, Ben Sinnott, Tavondre Sweat. Then back to our old picks, Cole Bishop, Zach Zinner, Trevin Wallace, and Jace. You already know. I ain't mad at it. I'm going to put, that's right, Mike, when in doubt, Alabama, roll tide. Mike, I'm still mad that we took, Antonio's mad that we took Terrion Arnold over Dallas Turner. That should be interesting. I know Howie's more of a pass rush guy, but we'll see for sure. We've been doing our due diligence with corners. We'll see if the trade up is for a pass rusher, offensive lineman, and or corner. With that being said, I'm going to post both of these in the community post. Stay at 22 and our trade up and trade back. Y'all let me know which one y'all like better. It was drafted by a majority of y'all. Some went in, some went out, some were quiet the whole time. I appreciate y'all. With that being said, we've been live for how long? Where does it say it? Haven't been on StreamYard in a while. I don't even remember. Oh, there it is. 2 hours and 30 minutes. We've been live. Sheesh, I'm starving. Until next time, y'all know what time it is. Like, subscribe. Appreciate y'all. We out. Peace.